Hey, I'm gonna do the cool trick that gets you the extra lives in Crash Bandicoot. Bet you never knew about this. Bet your stupid ass never knew. Weirdly hostile for no reason, so yeah, there it is. Well, that was the high point of my day. Guess I'll go gamble. You know what that's a reference to? Okay, let's do one of these. It's the boulder level. Again. Insert Indiana Jones reference here. If they really wanted to do a tribute to Indiana Jones, why not have a level where Dr. Neo Cortex's face melts off like the guy in the first movie? You can picture it, can't you, in PS1 graphics? Well, actually, that would be kind of hard to do in PS1 graphics. Realistically melt a man's face off. Why are we talking about this? That's nasty. So, here's more Crash Bandicoot trivia for you. Since I seem to be on a roll with this series, about half the time it's true and the other half it's just completely made up. So, in the earlier drafts of Crash Bandicoot, there were other names that they were gonna give him. They were gonna name the game the Dick Clark 5. They were gonna name it Ed Asner is Gay. They were gonna name it Fred Astaire's Asshole. They were gonna name it the Right to Eat Fred Astaire's Asshole. I don't have the Wikipedia article up, so I can't look up the rest of them, but yes, indeed, the developers at Naughty Dog were gonna name Crash Bandicoot all of those things. Yeah. Naughty Dog. Coded, created, and developed by Naughty Dog. Personally, I don't like the direction Naughty Dog's been taking the past couple of years gaming-wise, but I guess they're just trying to do what the modern man wants in gaming. He no longer wants games, but rather he wants interactive movies that are kind of like games in a sense. You know, all the new shit sucks ass. I miss when games were games. Those were the days. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. And you knew where you... I don't know the rest of the song. God, look at me. Look at me. Have I even said anything of substance for the past 3 minutes? I've just been BSing. You think they're ever gonna make a proper Crash Bandicoot 5? It took almost 20 years to go from 3 to 4, because all that other shit in between doesn't count as proper sequels in a sense. You know, I always thought that was a little bit insulting to Traveler's Tales and all the developers of the in-between Crash Bandicoot games. How Crash Bandicoot 4 said, "There are no other Crash Bandicoot games except the original 3 in this one. None at all." They just totally discredited all the hard work of all those hard-working schlubs who made all the mediocre ones. Even if you don't like them, you could at least admit that they exist, you know? I don't know, the point is I'm saying with the track record of this series, we're probably not going to see a proper Crash Bandicoot 5 until like the year 2040. This isn't exactly a high-priority franchise. Yeah, so Crash Bandicoot's going to the sewer now. Remember that Mega 64 video where they had a parody of Game Theory and they went to an actual sewer to try and find the Mario Brothers? And well, did you find the Mario Brothers in there? No, actually, it's just a bunch of poop and rats and all of that. No Mario to be found. Fuck, I keep getting Super Mega and Mega 64 mixed up. I was gonna say, Mega 64 is a fantastic channel. All their shit still holds up. Billy and his time belt. Billy, 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 go the time, go the time. Yeah, that will be eternally funny. You know the video I'm referencing where is Billy in his time belt and he travels back in time and it shows people 2 girls, 1 cup and fuck. So yeah, the danger of this one is you gotta stay out of the waters before it turns piss yellow, 'cause that's all gross, obviously. Speaking of gross water, did you ever see that Tim and Eric skit where the guy, he has the portable urinal and he rips all his clothes off for no reason, and then a Mexican janitor starts yelling at him, and it's like a big gross scene with water all over the floor, and turn off the water, man! What kind of guy are you? Anyway, you know, the Crash Bandicoot franchise didn't exactly make a good first impression on me back in the day. I guess they didn't listen to that song by those black ladies about, you gotta make a good impression. Anyway, the reason it didn't make a good impression because timing-wise, it just so happened that the first Crash Bandicoot game that I ever played was Wrath of Cortex. And as you know, that one was a bit sloppy. I think the big issue with that game overall and why it turned out the way it did was because they tried to make a multi-platform game out of a franchise that had, at that point, just been exclusive to one platform. They overextended themselves, you see, you silly fool. A similar thing happened many years later with Da Blob, where Da Blob 1 was something of a mild financial success. And then with Da Blob 2, they wanted to make it for 4 different platforms, all 3 consoles of the day, and a PC. So naturally, that's just far too much money to put down on something that's only a mildly popular franchise. And then THQ went out of business shortly thereafterward. And then all their IPs got bought up by a bunch of damn dirty Swedes. Yes, that's right. THQ was bought out by... that's right, they were bought out by... Nordic Studios was the company that bought out THQ when they changed their name to THQ Nordic. So now they've got all the properties. They've got Destroy All Humans, they've got Da Blob, they've got Darksiders. I guess those are really the only good ones that I can think of. So yeah, here's the climbing section. Remember when Oni Plays got to this part and they were making jokes about Lenny and Carl from The Simpsons, and they were doing those silly impressions, and Lenny just sits in the corner and honks softly. To their credit, that is the noise that Lenny makes. I remember there was an episode of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror once where they tried to parody like 5 different movies in one skit. And they had 50-foot-tall Lenny and Invisible Carl. And I was so enthralled with the idea of 50-foot-tall Lenny and Invisible Carl that the next day at school we were doing a word search where you could make up your own words to put in the word search, and on somebody else's paper, not even my own, I added a Invisible Carl to the word search. And the guy that I did it to, he knew I was doing it and he was okay with it, but just what an odd thing to do. Memories. Invisible Carl. You know, in the new episodes of The Simpsons, they don't even have the same voice actor for Carl. And the new guy doesn't even sound like the old guy. It's just like an SJW thing. Excuse me, is that a white man voicing a black character? This cannot be. These are the issues that matter to people. Voice actors in cartoons. This is something that isn't even visible in the show, but this is what I do. Instead of going after real issues that matter, I scream at cartoons. Just like Mr. Enter. Yes, it's that time of the episode again. Let's make fun of Mr. Enter some more. God, what is his deal? Well, aside from the obvious, him being neurodivergent, but, you know, you just watch his videos and see him getting actually angry because SpongeBob's being mean to Patrick, and I can't believe this is happening. Patrick called SpongeBob a poopy head. This is literally the Holocaust. Oh, Mr. Enter, you are silly. Yeah, this level's a throwback to the one from Crash Bandicoot 1 where you ride the pig.
Pig, me pig,